Inti afei ena waba. Ebraso say ono so de also oyamo omo no obeye. Inti ofi ho no mo a na waba Tescom honum so on na main speaker e wo honum ti efi honum na afi yekọ eye kumase edum also eja hihye esi wo honum no ono so be kọ honum na ode odo ene odo akwakobo mu dem na bibia wo so oye bia no waye ama wo mu
Omanfm se na wo kan de on se honorable kan de im se ba na doya nkronkro mu mega na kwato yenchem to mu a in do timi ye Confanochi Cancer Treatment Center ne de waye nyina nti we na nyanwa nti Omanfo wo ye PZ adum ene kantamanto so omuhwadi mu se ne wadi kaka no.
Okay nti meka che yetiefo nya ne se nyame adum a Sunday omu hia ye wo Tescom KN University
honso de ne beba so
honum so de no ebeba so okay owie honum de na ansana emis obedi kan akọ edum no ansana Sunday wako Tescom nti Omanfm na so na ontie.
All right. Yenua Emmanuel Adumako ena esoma no a wode na ni di achi Omanfm ene wadane video editor kum reporter Juma na sane ye no adesimama ye to akase bo no so ye free onumnyamfo Kennedy ohene Japan sem no emu emrahye bedwani a achiase ene osi omanan e wo emrahye bedwam kane soafo abedi che no hwedwadie ni mfiri nwuma so onumnyamfo Kofi Ahenkramafo ene o se NDC amanyuko no oya se oya dada Ghanafo ye wo tax bi wo FN special import levy wono okra ne omo no etwintwin nkom enti ebasa na ukoto ne omo a ana ukoto bibia na bo na dedenden enti uyi 1% e-levy free ho na 2% special import levy ne da so konkon ho na se ompese obi ye free ho a na se ase kwasiko na so gina kwantia o de atodwa se NDC amanyuko no ayese raw Peter to go and pay Paul enu bi no mo eye no ti 1% no we ye free na di 2% atro no se we no ayese ode bo fruit ato anwa mu na anwa no we bo fruit na free mu obusa se de na aka we ka se aka anwa enu bi pepepepepe NDC for eye enti onumnyamfo yi se propaganda ni nada ni nede ni atrosem ensema hudu waka adi adada Ghanafo no Ghanafo ni enhwe ho na sa 2% na ekonkon ho na wantimi enyi na eda so da ho enioma bo sa na behuru akosoro
special import levy no the woman say in 2013 Mahama Banya ena okofa special import levy no e buy eno no ye act 861 ena ode buy say say ne yisi kasem no aye no ese say yitumi nya special levy bia wo de ni mafia brochiri ba ye bajew 2% special import levy 2% ewo CIF ne ye say eni man ne bo ya ehyentuade e ka ho eni eye insurance a wo beye eno ne friend CIF cost insurance and freight na ese no aye eni man no ne bo nyina eno no say bia wo de toothpaste ena wo de bagana na container ba akwa ebia wo to no ebia $100,000 na wo freight ne ye ehyentuade a wo betua say ni man wo di free China eba no ehyentuade e wo ho ana say and the freight ne lorry fare a wo di free China eba no eno so ebia be cost to bia be say $5,000 na ebia insurance so cost to bia be say $500 intino aka abom na ye $105,500 to kan nyina boma na 2% of that amount no eno ena obetua as special import levy inti eno na omde ba no na tise omde ba na e de abeboa se ne ebe ya mutuatua odi ni nyina ewie no wasen tua sa special import levy no aka ho na wo motumi nyi ska no more than said there wontua bi kura no nti eno no na wo ho a na mbom e wo lifespan the lifespan say nanka 2025 yi ena ebewu ebe free ho nti no na the expectation is say enra no nanka oba no oba be ka say sa special import levy no ye year free ho if you say the time no I then expire 2025 we no necessary na mbom oba no oba ka say there be omo yin free ho na mbom omo de ko 2028 na before omo beba no no mo ne finance committee no akwakosia say omo ma extend the ade no enko 2028 na aban no ntumi nya ska kakra nti omo ko bobo ho a chinye ni ade nyina ba ho because already no mpo no a expire nti no nka ne papa mu a ese say NDC aban no anka ni say o bosso kra de oban do baka say ti si ani de special import levy no ye free ho
na eno achi no onunyanfo Kofi Ahenkrama afo say nansan wonama no wotete say ukoye port ho a containers apemne ahasa na ayira 1300 containers no say ayira fa hen omo wontaban eno matu containers no ono woni port na dwuma pa no oka say NDC aban ni bebia sa containers nyina wo sa containers MPP aban no kokra de bai a odi cables ni meters fofora e ma nyinam kane abo akofom nyina bank odi bebobo enso fofi anto ata e na Ghana forces san aban no eno ti so mo ka say containers ayira ebeye ne nwanwa papa nti omunko na books wo ho no munko hwe san say port ho no wo de ade besu am fiti prekupa say okotentama ko ni nyina be fa nkrata afa computers omunnim ba bia containers no nti omu ananim ba bia wo nti omu hwe no mfamra
obi ntumi mfachire enkonko se saneema no obra port authorities any GRA for custom division no enim hu niema there be ntumi mfa niema mfiri habo say wakọ yi niema free habo sa Ghana Ports and Harbors omunim ho hwe customs omunim ho hwe enye possible anyone ngugu say obi atumi ko akwakofa container bebre na wo say ayira enye possible sa na investigation no omo ye investigation ko si sen ade any say bia o hwe say why a list of sa niema we say containers we obese uhu ewo he na omo ko habo ho na omo ko hwe container no no mo ehu a no nya enough say obi na awia container no say wo ko no ko hwe wo system no mu na say ni system no mu a ana say omo ko physical check no mo ehu containers no a eno nche say containers na ira there be you have to go deeper okay wo the back customs for ebe check all the container numbers our system no mu on check our system no mu a say auction a omo be hu say auction normal clearance so a omo ebehu what they call gapo ha kwan fast one niema no free habo ho no omo gapo afo no omo so omo be hu enti no we no enye de say ututu hu mirika till container containers wonu mu awia wo de yawe makate we wo de hwe de be free mu beba wo de hwe de be free mu beba enye say bia sebe me te ha so ensemone so nanso no enye saa na habo adwuma no etie say eniema ebo ho a na eniema na yira da bi onu mu behu ba bia eniema no ekobia
enipa yate ne kasai eye achiase mrahye bedwani onu krei kane na oyosoafo abedi ekira na ohwe edwadie eni mfidinwuma so onumnyamfo Kofi Ahenkra mafo afi ntisi nsemfofro onumnyamfo Collins Adumako Mensa na oye mrahye de madehye wo afigya kwabre na otabato mpeso aso ena oye soafo abedi ekira na ohwe energy so imprempren so kom mrahye dwani on a ranking member on energy committee na wada tudwa se NDC amanyoku a mo ete abanwa so omunya kasa ene kasa tenten pani se kasa tenten hoyi entoponko aboponko ne boarding pa entu kasa kugina ho obe kasa bo se ponko no kwa odwa online oko enu nti se ye dijawa na ye de asoawo na opani ene ekase minority deputy ranking jumedi awodi ede aboma energy committee ye wo parliament no onumnyamfo Collins Adumako Mensa oye afigya kwabe not former deputy energy minister na nebuofu anase oka bokokoyi wo se NDC aban no omuja aka buburo wo energy sector no na kufodo aban ba no betuatua sa aka no bebere wantimi kura nwie ena o ma kane na sa gina so ma Ghana fo enti ene ekufodo aban ko na masa ba enye se ma meche betim tiri hu bia se ne de o man na hye monsa mo hwese mo beto ma kane na gina so na mo pe kasa tenten dodo mo kasa action bia so ema
mean, that's normal. You see, Obesha, the first 7 years of Nana Adanko Kufuor's government, and young Kanokre, you virtually could hear somebody say, I'm a light off. It was because all the previous ministers did a fantastic job in making sure that the energy sector was stabilized. The core in Nana Kufuor, and most people forget, problems are about shortage of gas. Nana Kufuor experienced it. In fact, as huge as 670 megawatts of power was taken off. At the time, nothing gas. So that time, no more connection to the Atwabo gas pipeline. What that meant, they say, now you need more gas to American plants. Tico, all the other places, we're all going through a certain maintenance. They said the WAPCO maintenance. The difference between Nanado, anyway, and Nanado didn't lament. He went straight to work to procure some fuel, to alternative fuel to power the machines. Anything that they be on the Kasa, said they should calm down with the lamentations and blame game. In fact, we inherited a total debt of $2.5 billion as far back 2017. As much as almost 40 IPP contract have signed. Take or pay. Now let me explain something very simple. Now, energy sector, you will peak period, and I say, well, Yankas will be on the lights. Ghana factories will be a year, Jumani, at the time we took over, it was around 3,000 or so, and I'll get the figures. Megawatts are near here at peak time. Almost signed contract, it could do almost 6,000 to 7,000. And whilst about 3,000 a year, 4,000 of it was out, because we don't need it at the time. In the energy sector, you always have to leave a certain buffer. In terms of say, we leave a buffer about 10% or 20%. It is we have 3,000. We say we have 4,000 in case any of the machines triggers. We had as huge as 6,000 to 7,000. What that means, they say, 3,000, 4,000 was left. But the contract almost signed and say, whether you use it or not, you have to pay. So there was a huge debt that had accrued. We had argued and argued, said that negotiation was bad, and we started renegotiation. When we said this budget, they've come back to agree with us. Said down, they intend to go ahead with the renegotiations in order, and these are the words of the finance minister, in order to get some savings. The same thing in 2017, 2018, 2019. They've come back in this budget to agree with us. So they intend to continue with the renegotiations.
Na enwache no deputy minority ranking no onumnya for Adamako Mensa containers na ayira no isa say wasom energy ministry ho penti ono so ye ne di hu enkomo na wo kire mu say ekire
Indeed, the first time we make comments about these containers was just 3-4 days after they swearing in. And press a bit. I say ECG for I informing said there are about 2,500 to 3,000 containers at ports. Subsequently, on one casa called portal, and I think that the video is around. I'll confirm and say we do on containers, and he was worried, say attracted demurrage. Then he came to Parliament. Now MPD ebusa the question, and one of the follow-up questions, and now a man the response can say, 3,000 containers were port for. So what he did was to set up a committee to investigate the issue. Committee report by the ministry said the committee report is indicating say close to about 1,320 something of the containers now. ECG catcher and say are missing. As a committee, the only briefing ya chief from me say na walker. Subsequently, me engage and I'm a catcher and say on the minority side, he should be rest assured. Say we will give him our cooperation. It's a container there and this a toffee beer. Container so you see it contains transformers and electrical equipment. So container is very heavy. That's all the cranes and the muscle ADC trailer biso. And so I am so surprised, say, you bet me the crane, containers, Marco 1,320. Ne PFE ports. Don't forget, say, all the containers were consigned to ECG. ECG is the owners, virtually, of the containers. Vessel, the containers, it is known by the custom authorities. Clearing agent, it is known by the authorities. So tracing the containers, it shouldn't be a problem. The only problem I want to say, they are trying to politicize the issue. Say a year during Nana Adanko Kufuor at the time. And I was on Good Morning Ghana, and John Dinapo was called into the program. He confirmed significantly, yes, sir, just last month, yeah, the BNI and the police container belonging to the ECG. What this means, they say, if it is a cartel, the cartel is still in the system. It is not necessarily because of Nana Dankwa Akufo at the time. Yen share issue no as in a national way. Said that they are young couple. But on the part of the minority here, we've assured him say we will give him the full cooperation because they perceive the bottom of this matter. We want to get to the bottom of this matter. So on our side there, we are ready. Yent na homa sebi enkoyira, and it will be strange. So be catch them say custom for any ECG for is not aware of the movements of the containers. Until we will assure him of our full cooperation.
Former Deputy Energy Minister, NOA Deputy Ranking Member on Energy Committee. Sisi amenoka said here, Efija Kwabre North. Ono na yasa asuma bio se ontwale nyuma pano so ewo mrashibidwem. Onumnyamfo Collins Adumakon Mensa. Putupurama niya aba chese communications team edima Omanfm Ken Japan chese City FM ne Asasi Radio edik ensembi epidwa na ensem no ehia nchirimu enti a news editor Dr. Mosiso Kan ede eye news desk Kasiebo Ebre Emokaba
yenya
na asem na yedi asem anka poti
hu se mo ye news bi kire se honorable afi amanone aba
abedu
ne wabeduma ba crowd e sia no ono kwa na no mu akakra nti no okoshia mo campaign officer no dey send me to Omanim na in his speech no ka se o obi a freedom fighter ti say no te no o can cry fights for the truth and justice no a lot of things happen to them so that since the bibia to no bia no amanfo no ntwam command to niem na ne nyankopon a chiro bia no ebebem so honorable only said say the ordeal he's going through, it could be 10 years back, 15 years back, 5 years back, ever. It could be ordeal there, your ordeal, so what you say. Now, Momako, City News, Mobile Grant interview, as I see, and articles immediately and correct them and apologize. Because you see, as a pressman, you're supposed to give news as it is.
Okay.
You don't exaggerate and say things are your whims and caprices cultural. That be yet because you hear one. Now there's a Nipano Ugunenimase. So what I say. He hasn't alluded to any case in the US. And therefore we are calling on them to retract the stories immediately and apologize to Honorable.
Yeah, that's it. The news editor, Dr. Moses Okai. And the whims and caprices nabem. Munya de moyeno, inya de ebeboa. Yene ye kano kre, intina the truth news. Ye can't say no etie. Afi yenko ensemfufrum. Omanfm. Onumnyamfo Dr. na wayemrashtem atana yene odi dwuma ward, former deputy finance minister. Ono so de abetudwa eken studio se NPP abanya etwam no na nya boa payo se ode eto akese ana na ni gyeto ho ana ne kodoto ena kyese ode to esum Ghana for so. Nemum oman ye yonti. Ama hudo etumpo nyina de eto ena kyekire eman. Enti levy any betting levy on winnings or they buy Nina. Nina send a bit me aboa my developmental project no why execute no Ghana for and yaso emphaso. Let me aboa abana cano, nada impija kente encoje besia. Emficos cocosansa besia ne cogeno, in Sinhuno, in Chirima, besia dahono, umwa ne babi to yasa ecano. ɛno nti na nyɛ boapayo ana se trimoden ɛne sɛ ɔde ɛtoɔ ɛba yɛ e-levy no ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu sei ɛne kyerɛ ɔman kaseɛ
na nyame ne nipa ni mu Ghana ihia more taxes baabi a me ne nipa bebree yɛ adwene sɛ tax no yɛdi ɛdeɛ na yɛ ne yɛde yɛ ɔso yɛtumi de yɛ biribi a ɛbɛboa ɔman no yi yɛtumi yɛ biribi a ɔman no bɛhu so mfasoɔ ɛyɛ 61.8%. ɛnyɛ the only way a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ne sɛ aban bɛcut down expenditure ɛna expenditure no so wokate no bebree so a na sikasɛm ɛnyini nneɛma pia wontumi nyɛ na ɔman no so wo sɛn another way aban bɛtumi ayɛ so sɛ ɔbɛgye taxes bebree na wate bosea na ɔbɔ no so na sikasɛm no tumi gyina meanwhile mo sa ayi taxes ni nyinaa afiri hɔ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a Ghana fo ɛsɛ wo ba yare na yɛhwɛ yare no aduru yɛde bɛma no ho bɛtɔ na ɛnwene kakra na papa no anaa maame no baako sɛ gyaa no na akora no ɛne nwene ɔnom baako sɛ ɔfama no because papa no pɛ sɛ akora no pɛ n'asɛm nti no ɔka na akora no agye sɛ ɔno ne pɛ n'asɛm meanwhile akora no ɛbɛtumi ewu daakye sɛ saa ne yɛyɛ ɔman yi o wobusa ho sɛ deɛ nti na mpire pii siri tetetete bɛsi nɛ sɛ NDC wɔ abɛn anaa NPP wɔ abɛn na ɔse ɔde ɛtoɔ bi ba anaa atoɔ bi wɔ hɔ ɔpagya mu kakra na party no ɔwɔ opposition no sɛ yɛ NPP o yɛ NDC o na ɔma no homene so wɔ sɛ ɛnyɛ yɛmpene nnipa ho bɛkyere na Ghanafoɔ nyinaa di akyire ne ɛyɛ demonstration yɛwie pɛpɛpɛpɛpɛ saa party no lusu power naa foforɔ baeɛ no na ɔno nso sɛbe ɔno nso asate ɛde tax foforɔ ɛɛba ade nti na ɛmu saa ho saa deɛ nti ɛte saa ne sɛ ɔman wei mu no yɛde nneɛma ayɛ politics adi agorɔ daadaa nipa akyɛ nti yɛ na nipa nokora bɛka nipa mpɛ sɛ obɛtiri ɔman a sɛbe ɛto a yɛgye no afe biara no ɛsɔfen sika no aban no sɛbe wɔde di dwuma ɛwɔ ɔman yi mu ɛti no frɛ no negative effective tax rate economy sɛ afe biara aban nya ebi a 1 billion ɔpepe baako a ɛfoɔ nti na onya akyɛ sika no ɛyɛ taxes a wagye no ɔman mu ha yi a domestic revenue so onya 1 billion na wokyɛ saa sika no ma Ghanafoɔ efie wɔ Ghana nyinaa households no wokyɛ ma efie biara mu a deɛ efie biara benya no sika no ɛsɔfen sɛbi sika a aban no wɔde yɛ mpuntunwuma gye nnwuma ɛboa sukuu ne asopete ne akwan ne saa social intervention ne nkanea ne saa nneɛma dodoɔ no nyinaa ɛsɔfen saa sika aban gye yɛ na mɛka no sɛbi bosea ɛnka ho eti obroni frɛ biribi deficit yɛne yɛwurane ritual deficit yɛteɛ ne sɛ ayɛ sɛ wo ne okunu anaa oyere adwuma mo yɛ no sika a yɛtua mo ka bosom biara no ɛsɔsen sika a sɛbe mo ne mabusuafoɔ mo yusu ɛwɔ fie ɛtire bia na ɔman yɛ deka out of over 30 million people ɛwɔ Ghana ha no ɛmu bɛɛ 3 million pɛ ɛne tua tax meka direct tax not indirect sɛ wayɛ adwuma na bosom yɛ aso yɛte no no nti ɔman wei yɛwɔ ɔhehia mu na ɛba indirect tax no nso a ɛno sɛ nuru baabi a nti na baabi a ne yɛka yɛn broaden tax base yɛnyɛ saying leakages da biara yɛka
kane ɔsoafoɔ abɛdi akyira no hwɛ sikasɛm so MP for nhyiaeɛ so abato mpɛsoa so numnyamfoɔ Dr. Stephen Amuasteka ɛna yɛte ne nkan yɛkɔ Asante Mantem hɔ a Ashanti Regional Director Edima Environmental Protection Authority Dr. Jackson Ediya Nyantachi ɛna ɔbɔ wɔn a o manufacture nneɛma wɔ kurom a sɛ ɔnhwɛ yie partitiw ne yɛ natural resources no so mu di dwuma bi ɛyɛ biribi ɛwɔ kurom a wɔse yɛ mo natural resources no ban paa wɔse ɛyɛ nwusie a ɛnam wie mu waste disposals ahodoɔ no wɔse ɛsɛe yɛ mframa anaasɛ climate change na anaasɛ yɛ mountain ɛso ɛno nti wɔde kɔkɔbɔ aba hia sɛ wɔse yɛhunu biribi saa ɔde nsɛm to dwa na ɛyɛ kasa bedwam kasakyerɛ dwumadie sensitization workshop bi akɔso Kumase ɛhɔ ɛna Regional Director of Environmental Protection Authority Dr. Jackson Ediya Nyantachi ɛde saa kɔkɔbɔ yi ɛbae.
God has endowed the nation with a number of natural resources that we are trying to process these natural resources for the benefit of mankind. In the course of doing that, we realize that they are producing some things into the external environment that are purported to be compromising the quality of the environment. Some of these emissions are in the form of gases that get into the atmosphere to create a phenomenon called climate change. Some of these are also waste that they are also generating. Some of them are infectious waste, others are hazardous waste. So the question we have to ask ourselves, do we have to sit down on concern for this thing to go on when man is benefiting from these natural resources and also compromising the quality of the environment as well as human life? The answer is no. So the Environmental Protection Authority, headed by Professor Aman Kluche, is trying to organize these industrial players to create the awareness as to how they can sustainably do these kind of processes without compromising the ability and the use of the future generation. So this morning, we have assembled a number of them here. They are numbering up to 40 to train them or to sensitize them and also make them understand that the things that they are doing are compromising the quality of the environment. So we are walking them through how they can sustainably do this to ensure that lives and properties, as well as the serene environment that God gave us, are well protected. So we are telling them what they are supposed to do and how they can do it. And we are focusing on the use of best available technology. As for this kind of development, it's something that we cannot say they shouldn't do, but they have to use the best available technology such that the emissions to the environment, as well as the high volumes of waste that they are generating, are also reduced. That is one. And apart from that, some
Enipa yetene kasei Ashanti Regional Director Edema Environmental Protection Authority Dr. Jackson Ediya Nyantechi. Afi ye ko ensem fofromu. Emrahye bedwani a owo otafo abato mpesua so onumnyamfo Vincent Ekwa Asifua. One ni foundation aka ontuma ba ho Ekwa Asifua Foundation akọ Kumasi Central Prisons. Emma me no ka say all the food items akoma wona wo enaduafie. Ese onyonko da no da enu tie nuanum no so mu ho akokam. Obi okura se bi obi na de ntro ato no so no akopiem na duafie nwo mu a entretre on sa wo so. Enti Mrahye dwani ekọ no one nsemtwofo ene koi. Enti ye nuan na kwa me bo ahen ene di akire ema otimi ekokopiem ewo Kumasi prison so. Isan se HFM anan musifo no adwuma mo ye esopa ohwe amania esisisie a ye nua eye Richard Mensa ono so ena EPA okotambai. Enti na kwa me bo ahen di na ono abochi eno bi say bo opani ede na ka wo a udi mirika na odi sa aye ekoma prison foi onumnyamfo ekire mu sei.
Ene anopai mahu Ekwa Asifua Foundation ene Jofel Catering Services ana CBG ewo ha anopai ya ba ha se ye ba beboa eye yenuanum a omoda afiase. We believe say first and foremost they are human beings like us, and secondly circumstances na di omo ba be piem wo ha na ene enye ede edikanya maba eye prisons ha for over 10 years. Every year biano the baha on the 26th of September because Sadano the feast day of St. Stephen a year the Kali calendar. And so the baha say ba ne no mo ba be che the yenso yewo na yakwa koyese this is for feeder and as a festive season and nipa baha ebe kai yenuano mo a omo wo afiase. And so I had an engagement with the superiors of the prison, and the engagement in any say omoni beje say obi betumi aba no aba bebo omo eda enye festive season so that we can put some smiles on the faces of our inmates. Busa eni esinu pe wa ha no eya pemienu, that is 2000, which is a huge number, and clearly eni ade am nko ametumi aye nti me frɛ me ma me Jofel ye ne dia so na daroma Unyankopon adom no wahira no a onka ye prisons for so nti ene dey me ne na ba ha oba be kai ye prisons for ewo ye Kumasi Central Prisons ha. We just hope that this is not going to be the beginning, the end to it. It is only the beginning, and we hope say be you know ebetumi aye no ebia twice or even once a year.
Emrashe bedwani a wo otafo abato mpeso so asante mantemu. One the foundation FN Ekwasifua Foundation Honorable Vincent Ekwasifua and Yetenin Kano. Na acting OIC officer in charge Edima Kumasi Central Prison CSP Techi Eje Kofi Oda MP asise dasia ebimra.
Dia yebeka ne se honorable wayade. Nya nipa ni nyina na edwen sabi prisoners mo. Na we nya the first time oba ha waba bibre enti wabai ye nije se watimi aba behwe enti dia yesre ni se amanfo nhwe dia honorable ye no na ya omo so nka ye nuanom a omo de prison sabi omo ho akwa adwama omo de prison no na omo to omo ni behwe omo dia meka ni se 1 CD 80 pesos no isha about 11 years ni 1 CD 80 pesos ana ya dedan yeah, the bomb, yeah, the now, for 3 square meters, not just 3 times a day, now 1 CD 80 pesos until you can imagine. And the cocoa cry at 20 cents. Enti isa. To the yes, and say, a bino, a mobile. Now, on to my Sebe, a Yinrianoma, or mother prison, so you bet me I day. I'm more Modiane, Adi.
Enipa Okasai, a CSP Techi Auno and now Kumasi Central Prisons are acting OIC. Na enkremofo da over bidino and enyumekua hudo na ena ediachiri ene edwedifo ene omosoria imam ho je wasa no de ko odwedifo ma ko sorry ahudo eko chese banks ahudo and afi oil companies na me no ekasai Ashanti regional chapter enso MTN Ghana omuso akwakoye aye edi nnuane ahudu abesom 20,000 Ghana cedis se Ashanti regional chief imam onzume omuyomo de aye nioma ahudu sika be 10,000 Ghana enso apeso ena omude akokokoma mozeme soma ewo Asante mantem se enche bia enantwi ahudu obesu enche bia emponchi nso ebesu enti chief imam awo Asante mantem ono odom odaroma munsume na eba moma boa ne bodua empusu bodua ne pusu pe owie beda fom na se etwanity no na omukopie mu ewo Kumasi Central Mosque eho ena Mr. Simon Amo senior manager general trade MTN Ghana yenua eye Frank Diachiri na okohu sa aya nyimaku ahudo ko ya MTN Ghana fonso akwakoyi bi yentie no.
The intia say say aka enaka krana Ramadan na ba na wiye na Ramadan na ye kan wasem eye tama yenuano Muslims eye akomche eye devotional duty to God enti MTN South African company no so no ye wogidie wo osom ni nyame mu enti abrebi omo ya ye baha e di normal kakra be support omo make say ni ye bi won cry or chief imam ho national chief imam ye bi wo Takra the Western region ene ye bi wo Tamale ye buy the normal kakra bi na bre omo ye di nsuo emon anwa soft drinks any udwan any ye sika so tato o sha normal de ba na value ebe 10,000 cedis food items no and I the cash of 10,000 cedis so ebe ka ho cash I dey ka ho no me di ka say ebe wire mrena ye wo mu no electronic until this time no obi ani who abeka say bia medisika mo be physical until bibia will come to them wired until ye dey nchia kese ni FMTN
Ebusiafo we eye mozeme esom no enche bia mo bedi omo afahye ntinkukuo enwuma hodo wo Ghana so koboa imams enunti yenua eye Frank Diboaten ena odi achi ema senior manager Simon Amo trade general trade MTN Ghana na eno achi no ena Alhaji Ustaz Ahmed Sedu ono ena ujina mpenifo edi animu ma mene kasai oje aye edema eye regional chief imam Alhaji Ustaz Ahmed Sedu ente o chese nyame anim no moni aso pass sa nkofo dwene omo sa emeku nso adwene omo dia omoni aso.
We are very grateful and we are very thankful for MTN for this kind donation. As I said earlier on, this is not the first time. They've been coming here almost every year. And now getting to the end of the Ramadan Omo bahana omo yesa donations. Now before then, our former regional chief imam, now I no baby was standing on behalf of the community, and now the imam is today very busy, and the rains, as you see, will not give him the So on behalf of their community, we come to collect this donation. And again, MTN has been very, very good for the Muslim community, and they are a very good friend for the community as well. Almost all of us are on MTN mobile distance.
Enipa tenika say El Haji Ustaz Ahmed Seidu. Afe yeko epuye mantemu. Ubekaya MVP no ene eduonu enai campaign mu no. Ene NDC. Eka che wachita afo nyina se on de efoma gudi ayitu nkoti kwa so no. Oboa ometies me ehun efuntam kwaye no ahunu nsuo no. Na garamse kon no aban bia ba opese okon nso okon na ya akọboachi bidini na eno no omo ebeto odwa se wodo ani chemu asaman tamfo ya emabru no wode ho agimu pa ne se no wo sense ase e wo ho no chese order from above and this aban ye ban na abaso enti enam so ema serious confrontation because ma chese ekotwetwe se kan ne nyoma bibiri kura e de ebemu na eba echi no nipa na ne ho bombi no ode no kanwura ema me no ekasai aposifo efiri chebi ni anyinam ekokopie eho no na chese abrante no de waye no ano enyan ema aposifo de wono we prepare na ekoye injury government hospital amani ayate eba no se one suspect efen opuni sechire ya che no ya mwa no ena abrante ba kwa efen no kwaku say any tension omo de sabre me no kasai odaso ade wo ho aka anwura Miami of a nimpo a money ball for penny cum ram hene Samson or Tom Carry free Pumantem Kufudia on the eyewitness idiom comosi.
A similar as she said, and a pabe set 10 and a may send a call mango and she be ye, wish you yet a shoot town free edge and she be book people, the queer say, a Yansen Kutua, I say, boys in a wokum pension and a say, and a quama sets. Any cruise, I could do, wo in a Juma war, and for next year. As I said, we to do a money, and Yakasa to be. I'm a pension, church, and we say, for to do, for so a people home, kind extra formal team. And yes, I'm going to do, I'm so afraid for. I'm a bit for so afraid to be the mobile. On by an old one to do that, for his own one. The two course was team among the crew, and as a matter of crew. And I'm separate from any moment, I'm out on the secretary, if she be they say, as a more precision here for a home at your home.
Nipa say nepra.
Nipa plan the difference a bear, June call for him for the bear 80 year, Uma Pipra, more than she can almost perform any team, and she appears for the bass. And I prefer to say, more people and co hospital and Sana, Oma Achifi and performer on my son.
Now, Namia will be a free mo,
will be a free, and this will be a free, and this will be a free. Oma people play more than
Omanfm.
I do uniform and you much in 20 kind. I'm going to be sad,
Assembly civil time,
10.
And that day by 10 o'clock.
Yamani Bonnie Penny, a work Pumantem of a cum remhe Samson, and then it is answer mecha on Enkomoi Ebre. Yet to Akasebono Esso. Yako infinimantem. Awutu Breku District Police Command, Ache, Openibia Fen Bismarck Odi. When Yemfishia a year Adriana 40 years, and then a year IFN Savior Ata. Assembly Omoba a 1 year 9 years. Gumwa Nkwantanai, Gumwa East District no. Omoso Mokotono. Slave trade. Aya Pam Bejimu Bra. Gardensburg, Mubi Krum, High Tunk of Wabasakum, Eddie Chase Sanzango, Krum, Mune, Chesumbidi, Sukosiko, a brim cofono. A fain a BSC Gumwa Nkwantanai. Ambashasi Atonipa. And Taposi Fako more opening in a year. A man chess Omo Boacorano, and a brim the Mubrim Jobo Akasebo, Muyan of the Che 29. eno mo chichi no bodua bi e bush for 2 days na maami bi a okwa fom da ukura yi eno ko pie so na asefem Jojo Blankson edne nani di nsemechi ne opani efen James Mensa edi nkoma sei ena ochire mu
Ezebia nkwantranye fo mo trase Wednesday ti nana oblika fu jebu atrase chofo ko pepe ne we chapo to mu chapo no mo so mo ko sa hwe wo school company bi o ti ye wana so mu ma bi ba say odi no Timothy so nya kwara Timothy so ba say we ko akwara bi wo bush mo ntoma chichele nan ti o sa ntoma no say chain eden nan no bi say so no ne papa na de chain eden etuna nan be 2 days ni ti eni ba yin fo na ya say ama ta me fana mbre de ku police station nti be report na aban onchushum kwa wo fara wo zanka awufo ti nu a ye no ba ye akwara ne chese ne papa oye jon wo o choose school bus or big apple yakro ya zanka no o sa chu kada yakro kada station ni ya zanka no na o say the ku police commander o si nja akwara no wo ase na ntama enimire no ya awufo baba tane pe wona sia de ba ko Antonia
Omanfm
mana bodi na match na mitimi ni fa ana I'm not with the ato na
opani James Mensa eyewitness Jojo Blankson ena de amani ba ye homeso aba na de kasebo no abawie
Give us P capsules. A memory. Manum bia ye benamua. Kani mitutu ya na minkuma bo asese de. Beto esa kum mania G. Give us P capsules. Give it to me, baby. Give us core capsules so e. E mane meme nyina akoko yade. Sisi yade amamanya yem timotete wo mo no. Yedru no no. Manum bi amama de me ho. Give us core capsules. Misisi mo ye din. Give us core capsules. I give it to you, baby. You give it to me.